Next, we still have some functions and parameters for the car body sway that we need to set up. First is the suspension controller we created at the beginning. We need to set some limits for it. Let's start with translation. For translation, we'll stick to the -10 to +10 we'll be using. We can decide this for ourselves based on the behavior. Let's take a look. Then let's set some limits for rotation. Let's see. This is about 6 degrees. If we set it to 5 degrees, it seems okay. Let's see if we can set it to 5 degrees and -5 degrees. Okay, I think 5 to -5 is about right. Now let's look at the side, rotate Z. We can rotate it to about 10 degrees, seems alright. Let's look at the front again. See if it can rotate to 10 degrees. 10 degrees seems like too much. So let's stick with 5 degrees for front and back, and 10 degrees for the side. Let's set it. X-axis is front to back rotation. Let's set it to 5 degrees. And Z-axis is side to side rotation. Set it to 10 degrees. Let's take a look. This way, this controller setup is complete. What we need to do next is when the wheels are steering, we want to add a detail. When we turn to the left, let's make the left side of the car body lift up a bit. And when we turn to the right, let's make the right side of the car body lift up a bit. So how do we do that? We still need to adjust the locator that controls the car body lift. We already have the connect group for the locator. Let's add another group above the locator. Let's call this group offset. We'll add one for the left and right. Then select these two groups. Add them into the node editor. Next, we need to see which node is controlling the wheel steering effect. We need to find the group that controls the wheel steering effect. Let's see. This group is our controller's connect group. Let's show its inputs. Let's see which node is ultimately controlling its y-axis rotation. We know the condition node here is used to add the multiplication factor between the body steering and wheel steering. So it's not related to the steering angle. Let's look here. In the end, it's this plus-minus average node that controls the car's actual steering angle. Because it's not just the steering controller itself. There's also the driven group above it because there's an aim constraint. And also the steering wheel controller, which also controls the steering effect. So the sum of all these effects is in this plus-minus average node. Let's isolate it. Let's select it, clear the node editor, and add it. Then add those two offset groups we just created. What we're doing is setting their translate y. We can use a remap value here. Let's call it suspension turning, then duplicate one. The duplicate is our right control node. Then take the final sum result from the plus-minus average and connect it to the input value. Now let's see. When turning to the left, say 30 degrees, we want the left locator to lift up a bit. We can set this value later. Let's connect it first. Connect to translate y. The other side corresponds to -30. Connect that as well. Let's take a look. We've currently set it to move up 1 unit. I feel the effect is too subtle. Let's raise it, set it to 5. Let's see. The effect looks okay. Let's set the right side to 5 as well. Let's check it. Now when we steer, it will have a side-to-side tilting effect. Of course, if we want, we can also connect this value we set to 5. For example, add a new attribute to our steering controller and connect it to these two attributes in the remap value node. This way, the animator can, based on the effect wanted in the shot, adjust this tilting effect. We won't add that attribute here. Let's zero out the controller. This way, all our settings for the car body sway are complete.